gonna kick things off on Lijiang Tower.
With the combination of the Reaper Mei, this is just such a brawl composition, and it seems like they're getting started trying to take control of the high ground. Meanwhile, Sweden
Wait, why do we not hear any game
composition with this Hanzo being able to
This
hit
isn't
shots
me,
from
right?
afar,
Why don't we hear any
but it's
game
going to be
quality?
Finland with their brawl comp that are going to get that first lap and first pick off on Hempe, which means that they are missing a lot of that burst healing.
Yeah, I mean, it's fitting that Masa ends up finding the first blow there. There's another from Sana there onto Sparker, just trying to lurk and find a pick off there. But again, it's fitting that Masa ends up being the person who claims first blood on the side of Finland, because that speed boost, that very hyper-aggressive composition that Finland wants to come out here with, that's just the nature of it. We're going to speed boost, we're going to get in your face, we're going to tear it up, and you have to try and do something about it. You have to keep us away, or you have to, out damage us. Sparker, had he be able to find like a headshot or a decent storm arrow into the back of Vestola there, that might have been a different story, but wasn't able to find a lot of value with that flank, and now Finland have control of the point.
Yeah, taking that first control, they do have that Kiriko on point trying to contest here, and the Orisa with the javelin throw is able to try and get Skyle out alive. The thought was there, but unfortunately they wasn't successful, so now we're going to go ahead and push right back into the spawn, but they've isolated Sparker, and just barely Lullish is able to get out to get re-healed by those supports, but now Kevster is also looking for some kind of flank.
Oh yeah, I forgot they played yesterday, and they lost yesterday.
Recall after Masa took that health pack, but Kevster is the sole contestant after the team rejoins on the point. And now, once again, there's so much value coming out of Finland's composition, but now with Mixi down and a lot of ultimates available for Sweden, there's the Dragon Strike as well as Orisa's Terra Surge, but it was only able to find Masa. Sana, on the other hand, with the Death Blossom and the Annihilation to come out from Vestola, but it's not going to do anything. Sweden immediately eliminates Finland's players and take control of the point.
I mean, you don't ever really see it in the kill feed, but the fact that Sweden's able to flip there is almost entirely on Kevster continually being a thorn in the side of Finland, putting in a little bit of damage and always threatening that back cap, even when it looks like Sweden is at a disadvantage, and that forces Finland back out of that choke point so Sweden can safely pass through. And once they all come in with the ults take down Mixi early, they can just collapse on top of the point, cap it, start to get a little bit of momentum now, and now it's Finland trying to look for a way in.
Bro, do they know that they have no audio?
A bit defensively as well to stop all the oncoming damage that Sweden has in the form of mostly that Hanzo, but the Orisa also being able to fire on all cylinders makes for a little bit of extra damage, but now trying to isolate with the Mei while the Blizzard comes through. Lullish is able to escape just for a second, but Cloud is looking for the players that are playing around the objective and is able to find nothing. Unfortunately, the Blizzard doesn't find the value that Finland needs, but they are able to chat
is letting them know
direction and force a disengage out of Sweden. Now with the Pulse Storm coming through from Kevster, trying to find a pick, but Vestola is actually going to find Skyle instead. Now with Lullish taking down Sana, though, it's still Finland in a pretty advantageous position. They've only lost that Lucio, and with the Coalescence on board for Mixi, there's so much burst healing and damage that can come through. Objective secured for Finland.
When the Blizzard came out there from Clouds, you were talking about how they were trying to track down all of the members from Sweden that were playing around the point, and that was just the problem. They were all playing around the point, not on it, so Finland able to snake the point out from underneath
watching
Sweden's
Overwatch
noses.
without any
By the time the fight actually kicks off and we start spilling a little blood on both sides there, it's Finland coming through with that Coalescence to clean things up, it's Vestola coming through with the pummels, and Sweden with just no answer for it. That's a, I don't want to say super decisive control center cap there from Finland, but being able to go up 1-0 on control is definitely going to be massive, especially as we start to move out here onto Gardens. I'm liking what I'm seeing from Sweden here, though. It looks like they want to try and switch things up, go for something a little bit more dive-esque, which should play a lot better into what Sparker and Kevster are trying to come out here with. You're expecting Kevster to come out on the Tracer, so if the synchronicity is there between Kevster and Lulsish, and indeed the hacks from Sparker, we might be able to see Sweden change their fortunes.
Yeah, Finland really
lost yesterday as well. Both teams lost yesterday, so they need to win this in their group.
So it is a lot of the onus on
Finland
the
lost the
well
KSA.
to keep this Winston up and
Saudi Arabia.
Has so much
Sweden lost to Norway.
Damage, but you're right, huge biotic nade. But unfortunately, Sana still does find a pick off that. But Masa out of the game, now up to Mikji to try and keep this team sustained. Not going to be a problem with the biotic orb that's coming through, but the anti-nades are also pretty oppressive. If Skyle can keep landing them, they're going to be forcing Finland into a pretty bad position. And oh my god, such an early pulse bomb and stuck onto Pistola. Removing the tank from the equation for Finland means it should be an easier fight for them and they should be able to hang on to this point. But Finland somehow still contesting even through the loss of Vestola. And Vestola now switching onto the Diva to get a quick way back to the point. Finland can't even
I'm
turn
going to be honest with you.
Not quite. Yeah, I mean, Finland are still holding on. They may be finished, but they're not quite finished yet. Sweden swarming like IKEA sharks, trying to get the last of these members taken down here. Kevster with a cleanup there onto Cloud, and Sweden do finally find the flip there. And yeah, Mikji's gonna have to fade on out.
Why did I just read we need to give someone a golden shower?
And probably gonna go for a bit of a reset here. But Sweden just gonna bully the poor baby diva right off. Gonna go ahead and take a swim with the fishes down there, and that's going to be a great play there from Sweden, and they get to do that holding on to nearly every major ultimate. They only invest the nano boost. They're going to have an EMP and a sound barrier. They can really start to mount up some percentage here, potentially take the lead off of this next fight, maybe even get it up to 99 if they cycle things out perfectly.
Yeah, and now there's kind of starting to switch composition around for Finland as well. Vestola kind of forced onto that Diva pick to try and hold on to this point. And then Cloud now switching over onto the Sombra, but it's Sparker that has that EMP ready to go ahead and try and take some down, but the sound barrier is just so quick for Masa. Beat drop.
If I was looking at both teams right now, Vestola yesterday was popping off. He was a good fucking tank player.
Equation. Now Cloud on a Sombra of his
Kevster
own,
and Sparker
finding value onto the Winston. Now without
on paper, I would vote Sweden.
They cannot hold on to the point, and it's flipped once again.
I mean, Sweden was able to take the lead there, but I guess they just didn't anticipate the sheer amount of damage coming through from Sana's Death Blossom there. And, you know, that coupled with the fact that Masa was able to be just perfect with the beat. By the way, already up to 30% on another one, a third of the way to yet another they were
beat. Say, by the way,
yeah, Sweden, now they don't have the EMP. They have to try and find a way in without that. A Pulse Bomb and a Primal are no ultimates to scoff at, especially when it's a Kevster Pulse Bomb. But, you know, you might be asking for more than that.
What does that mean? It's a Kevster Pulse Bomb.
They're really fighting hard to take control of the bridge.
Why don't they want to do a J3 Pulse Bomb?
Like Sweden is attempting to go in through the white room since they know that Diva has to self-destruct and there is just basically nowhere to hide.
Oh, these are the casters from okay, never mind. I'm waking up, Chad. I'm waking up.
Kick things off with a pick on
Kevster
Lolish.
is playing on NAPing, yeah, I remember someone saying that.
And that primal rage that you were mentioning could be so huge for Sweden, but they're going to have to hold on to it and wait for the regroup from Lolish while Finland takes up to 95. It's going to have to be an overtime retake.
Yeah, there's the Pulse Bomb that comes out from Kevster, but Mikji just fades away and drops it right on the ground and says, no, this ain't mine. You can keep it. Cloud takes down Skyle and Spark are going to clean up Masa. A little bit of a support for support trade. Now Lolsish going to pop the Primal, going wild back there, takes down Mikji. That might actually be enough with no support line for Finland. Sweden are going to be able to flip the point here. It's at 99%, and the fight's not quite over yet, but Sweden have at least kept themselves in the fight here with this self-destruct from Vestola. They're going to take down Lolsish and Finland. Yeah, again, they are not quite finished yet. They're going to flip the point right back. We're in an overtime situation. Sweden going to have to try and find a way in. It's Kevster with the touch, but is there going to be any follow-up? The EMP from Sparker could actually be massive, and Masa falls.
Yeah, they are able to avoid it on the backside, though. Vestola still holding on to their life, but they're going to go ahead and actually disengage from the point, and this is what they did in the last fight as well, trying to find some advantage in their surroundings, but Sweden is allowed to flip the point once again. 99% for Finland. All they need is one good fight being grouped up, and Cloud with a huge pick onto Kevster. Now without Lolish in play as well, Sana's just able to go ham on the back line of Sweden and Finland. I don't think a touch is going to be possible, even though Lolish does try. Finland winning the first map 2-0.
Now we are going to see some dive compositions come out on both sides. We have the Diva composition on Finland. This is very similar to what they ran towards the end of Control Center, but with an Anna Brig backline instead. But You know, they have the Tracer, they have the Sombra. It's going to be interesting to see what Sparker is capable of doing here on the Ashe. I think that might be the one thing to differentiate things a little bit.
Yeah, this Bob can just be a game-winning ultimate for the Sweden squad, but for now it seems like they are not even holding directly in front of that bridge. They're more looking to push towards the sides and stop Vestola from trying to get a good dive onto that back line. And it's going to be tough.
Oh, we actually have sound now. Oh, wait.
Sightlines, and Cloud is just able to sneak in onto Sparkar, make the Ashe lose position, and Vestola is just bullying Lulsish here. Now out of the fight without a tank, it's up to Brigitte to try and use that little shield and be that meat shield for the squad. It's not going to work out. Melon and Skyle the back line down for Sweden, and the first fight allowing them to just push very decisively up to that first checkpoint.
Yeah,
are you well
rested
rested
on the high ground
now?
Is a great strategy for a map like Watchpoint Gibraltar. You can definitely put down a lot of punishment from up there, but that all kind of falls flat if Cloud just simply rains all over Sparker's parade there, just takes him right out, and you know, everything just kind of falls apart for Sweden there. They've given up the first point. Finland aren't really given the opportunity to snowball through the hangar phase here, so there is an opportunity to get Sparker back on a high ground, but Vestola's going to try and contest that a little bit and not let them have it.
Who's going to win the World Cup?
Yeah, and Vestola is just being kept
I don't know, man.
sustained, especially since now they have that nano
South Korea looked fucking strong. Japan looked strong.
Less damage, and the defense matrix soaks up so much pressure as well. And in closed spaces like that airplane hangar, it's going to be a lot easier to get a good self-destruct off for Vestola. But now a forced disengage from Sweden means that they can't push a little bit further, so they can relieve a little bit of that pressure.
It's actually the pulse bomb from Kevster that ends up being what relieves most of that pressure onto the back line, takes down McG, and you know, that's what allows Sweden to kind of get their feet back underneath them, and now they have control of this high ground. Sparker is going to be up there to try and hit some dynamites, make people think twice about poking out of these chokes, but remember, this map was reworked. Those chokes aren't as unforgiving as they once were.
What I do like is a lot of teams are playing
Vestola,
Ashe.
but yeah, Sweden, they're getting
I like
a
seeing
little bit
Ashe.
more than that.
She's just
Cloud's
such a
got the
fun
EMP.
character.
Where is Cloud?
That's a great question. Where is Cloud? Are they contesting the checkpoint? And this is something that we have already seen before yesterday on this very map. But Cloud going to go ahead instead, go use the EMP, and a lot of kills going in both sides. But it's actually the back line from both teams eliminated. So it's now just a battle of attrition to see which team can sustain better. Lulsish with the Primal Rage is going to give a lot of overhealth to this Winston. Just a huge stink. And Sauna gets taken down. The Pulse Bomb still in the back pocket, not a good opportunity to use it. Vestola still in the fight, but not able to push up to the payload. Cloud returns at just the right time to hack that Winston and force a disengage, but still the kiting is there from Finland. Vestola now with a re-engage onto the Winston, but not enough damage done by either side. That airplane hangar still contested by Sweden holding the high ground.
Yeah, and they need to contest this hangar, right? Because they nearly just gave this up. Oh, great
he got
stuck. From Sana and a recall from Kessler to drop it on the ground there. The cart's getting really close there. Melon's gonna have to use the shield bash to try and get the contest. Lulsish jumps back as well. McG taken down. Sweden are doing enough to hold on to this hangar phase, but yeah, you know, they nearly gave it up with about a 3-minute time bank for Finland, and you can't give up hangar phase with that much time in the bank. That would be just a death sentence for them going forward. Because like, you know, you would be giving Finland so much time to full cap on Gibraltar, and it is so this is another one of those maps where it's really difficult to get that. They
almost lost the whole checkpoint,
especially when you expect to potentially be falling or stalling out a lot on your own attack later.
I wonder if they're gonna hit him with a C9.
You gotta be planning for the future. Bleed as much time
I want to see a C9, C9. Come on, C9 him, C9 him. Oh, he's gonna probably win for the engage.
Cloud is a little bit sneaky. We've already seen this before. Now Kevster getting the hack through, but unable to actually capitalize off of it. So Cloud going to go ahead and return and regroup with the squad here. But still, once again, it's that contest for the airplane hangar, and Vestola is up there alone. They're really looking for some kind of space maker, and that self-destruct should have been it, but they were unable to. However, a nice sleep onto Skyle might guarantee a pick. No, the Brigitte comes in just in time, and Finland, once again, without that tank on top of their supports, even with the Brigitte, both of the supports,
I'd try to C9 it, but you're not going to be able to do it when someone's on the point.
Yeah, there was nearly a back cap there.
You can see the Sombra. Come on, try it.
All of the right picks that they need to do to slow Finland down and stop them from being able to make this cohesive push that gets it that last couple meters and gets them to cap there. Hello, a little bit of a spy for spy game there. Kempster's trying to spy check, nearly found Cloud there, but Cloud's still going to be lurking, still going to be a threat there, and they can't just let Finland sneak off with this cart.
Yeah, Cloud seems like he's been trying to sneak off with the car every single time, but there's a nano
Kevster is trying to work against a Sombra and a Tracer trying to C9 it.
Sustain. The Primal Rage is also there, such an ultimate that could knock them off after the 50 seconds are set and done, and Skyle has been landing some excellent biotic nades. Now Lulzish without Brigitte in the game and the Primal Rage out in the fight.
I wonder if he actually tried to go back.
Of Finland once again out of the fight. There's so much pressure on Mikshi and Masa, and they just can't seem to disengage from it. Even though they have that anti-dive support, they need the support from the rest of the team, which they are getting on Sweden's side.
This is a good fucking Finland defense. Sweden defense.
There's a bit of a window right now for the EMP for Cloud to come through.
I mean, Finland should be
have that rally, and if allowed to pop that rally, you should be able to sustain through the damage there. Finland might have to invest nearly everything to get this second point there, but a pulse bomb onto Skyle, that might be enough.
Yeah, Skyle now out of the fight. They have to pop the rally from Melon, but it's rally and nano boost on from Finland's side, and there is just barely a contest from Kevster, who is 1 HP. Skyle comes in at just the right time with a swift step on the Kiriko and a Suzu, but it is not enough to stop it. The bomb might be, though. It's forcing Vestola to hide behind the cart, and it's given enough time for Lulzish to come back into the fight, but Melon is so far off, there is no way they're able to get the health back onto the tank.
Dude, Vestola is a good fucking tank player, man. Holy shit, I'm cold as shit, bro.
Yeah, but Sweden have successfully made Finland pay the hanger tax. They didn't finish with time bank. You know, they are in overtime, and so they now only have about a minute to complete here. They have to try and snowball this out of control, and it costs them every ultimate just to get point B. They're trying to build up to a nano boost. They have a self-destruct, but you kind of need that nano to be the thing that helps push the cart forward. Sweden, they don't really have a whole lot defensively here, but they do have the spawn advantage. They can try and keep the snowball going in their favor there. They just have to stay alive long enough to stay competitive.
Yeah, they don't have control of the high ground right now. That's been taken up by Mikchi
I
and
had to turn off
Basa,
my
but now
fan,
Kevster
bro. It was cold.
Cloud, and a huge anti from Mikchi is going to force Lulzish to disengage and retreat, and Vestola is able to finish off the kill. Now, even though there's a sleep here onto Vestola, that self-destruct, once again, such an open space on this third checkpoint, can be a really huge ultimate and could potentially win Finland this first round.
Yeah, potentially, but Sweden may also have done enough. You see, Lulzish is about to have the Primal Rage, Kevster about to have a Pulse Bomb, Skyle about to have a Nano Boost. That's a huge name there from Mikchi, but the follow-up isn't there. Sweden now have enough to make this defensive. If Finland caps,
I actually really enjoyed these new changes to
5 seconds left. Sweden, they are ready to fight
Gibraltar.
finally.
Actually makes the map look a little bit more enjoyable. I like it.
The Hanzo as well from Cloud, and that's going to contest Sparker so heavily. Now Sparker out of the fight, and it's up to 3. Now with that Skyle forcing out the nano boost and Melon out of the fight, they're going to try and make sure that Lullish can sustain through all of it, but that Pulse Bomb does come through on Kevster's side, and they're able to eliminate the mech at the very least, but Sana's own Pulse Bomb finds the back line. However, the only contention is from Sana, who has just trying to blink around, unable to keep touch on the objective, and overtime then ends with 2 points over on Finland.
It gets kind of scary there for a minute there from Sweden, because even though they had the ultimates to finally be,
I bet you Finland was pissed off that they didn't fully cap that.
Cloud hitting some headshots. I mean,
it was still a very, very good push.
Dividends for Finland there for a good little second there, but you know, the ult advantage and the spawn advantage that Sweden had was enough to stop the cart just shy of the full cap there. This is still a tall task for Sweden, though. You know, their dive compositions haven't always been the most coordinated, like we saw, you know, in some parts here where they have been subsisting entirely off of just finding the pickoffs that they need to at the right time. They have to get a little bit more than that. They have to be a little bit more perfect than that on their attack if they want to try and push this all the way through. And just like it happened with them, you got to expect that they might have to pay that deadly hanger tax, where they're going to lose a lot of time on that hangar phase if they even get that far, because there's always the possibility of a full hold. Gibraltar it's not an easy point to push all the way to the end there.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be really tough if they do.
I might need to go to my contacts, bro.
In this first checkpoint, though, they might be less adept at the defensive hold in the airplane hangar. So it might all be about that hangar phase and to see if they can get it past that one.
We're gonna see that teleport play coming out from Sweden. Kevster on the sim, gonna go ahead and teleport everyone to the high ground and then make the swap now that everybody is nice and cozy over there. But we've seen this be kind of a situation where these two teams are forced into choke points. I think Finland is willing to give up a little bit of ground.
Same characters, besides their tank and 1 DPS. Diva instead of Winston, and Hanzo instead of Ash.
Ready to go in.
I like the Ash more than the Hanzo.
Yeah, and the pressure on Finland's
and I like the Diva more than that Winston.
They were able to stall so much during the hangar phase, but they're fighting very hard to stop this checkpoint from going into the underpass. It seems like they're going to just let it go and try and fight.
Are you watching all the games?
Yes. Sana taking quite a bit of
I don't know. I feel like defense matrix and everything is just so much better than just like
and there just wasn't
Winston.
Enough sustain for Sweden. Now it's just Sparkguard looking for a little bit of pot shots before.
I think we were even talking about this on Nubani. Like one team was running Nubani, one team was running Winston. We're like, just switch to Diva.
Just melt that monkey right down. And yeah, Sweden are stalled out here right now. Finland have control of the high ground. Sweden no longer have that teleport that they can just get right back up to it. So now they have to try and play the dive to contest it. Sparker has to use the coach gun just to try and be with the team here. And they're not able to get anything, right? You know, they lose Kevster just trying to get in. The nano boost comes out onto Vestola, and yes, Finland should be holding here.
Yeah, Vestola is just able to get into that backline. It's trying to bully hard, but they're able to disengage successfully. Sana, on the other hand, putting pressure onto Sparker, and that takes the Ash out and has to send them back to spawn to walk back to the team. They are able to stall out the cart once again, stop it from pushing towards that checkpoint, but Lulzish is in good position on the high ground once again, but still that damage from Vestola is so overwhelming. The little blasters at close range do so much, even to someone with such a large health pool like Winston. So it's that rally that's going to force them across the bridge into that little room to try and contest past the underpass. The rally is countered by Masa's own, but Mikshi is eliminated, and that little bit of overhealth onto Skyle helps them with the sustain over on
why are they so
and they're going to be able to
insistent on Tracer and Winston? Why not Zarya and switch to DPS to something else? Because this is there's a lot of high ground on this map, and you need to engage on the high ground. Diva can't get to the Zarya can't get to the high ground as easy as a Diva or a Winston.
Trying to go for a little recall prediction there, but yeah, you do see Vestola is on the point now. Masa there, but a beautiful nade from Skyle that might just melt the backline.
There's a lot of
there. Mikchi just
vertical
not able to hold on.
Verticality.
Yeah, and
can't really do it on Zarya.
Dance around Skyle right now.
That's like saying, why don't they run Reinhardt here? What's Reinhardt gonna do?
Masa, Mikchi both immediately taken out. No sustain left, and even Sana can't go for the contest with only 1 HP left over. So they used quite a few ultimates. They used the nano boost and the primal rage, which are definitely huge in combination. But Lulzish on a stagger kill onto Sana, that means that they can easily contest this high ground hangar.
Yeah, they don't have to worry about Sana being a pest in the backline just yet. They have time to try and take this high ground, but Vestola knows the value and is not going to let Lulzish just exist up here for free, because you don't want to have to deal with the monkey in the rafters that's going to jump on your own backline here. You want to be the one in the rafters ready to pounce. So
to be fair, they could switch a support to Lifeweaver for
force them out a little bit,
easy
and that
high ground.
Is going to be a great way to flush them out of that
Lifeweaver.
Ooh, that Dragon Strike, because they were just all corralled into one corridor, there was no way of avoiding it. Both the back lines of Sweden.
Do you know how many people play Lifeweaver?
And Finland, it's just having to be a disengage for Sweden. They have no way back into that.
I said flush them out, not kill them.
Well,
you didn't
actually,
get a 2K with the Dragon Strike there, Cloud, but
chat,
that's value. That's so much more value than you could have asked, because yeah,
technically speaking, Lifeweaver has 100% win rate because South Korea did run it and they did win with it.
And Sparker on the Ash is going to have a tough time finding an angle onto the Finnish force up here on top of the shuttle, especially when nades like that from Mikchi keep coming out.
Yeah, the biotic nades are such a good stalling force for Finland, and it allows Vestola to just get in such good position. Oh, Melon now down, and they're missing that little bit of sustain. Sauna also winning the Tracer 1v1, and they're doing their best here to try and protect this Ana, but the damage from the Tesla cannon and Lulzish just immediately goes down with Vestola brawling at close range. Now Finland, they are just looking really good on the hanger so far, now pushing up further to try and hold a closer choke.
Yeah, they look clean, right? Their dives just look so much more clean. They're getting so much more value, and every fight that Sweden invests in ultimate ability in and isn't getting cart progress out of it is, you know, it's a lost investment, you know? We're just losing money on this. We're falling flat here. Even though it was just a pulse bomb from Kevster, it still is something that you would like to have, a tool that you're going to need. Pulse bomb coming out from Sauna doesn't find anything, but Finland can afford to spend like that, right? They have full support ultimates coming out. They have the positioning. It's on Sweden to dislodge them, and they just can't.
Oh. And Sauna, that was such a good anti-nade in combination with Sauna just running up onto Sparkar, and that Tracer dancing around the Ashe can be so powerful for the backline of Finland. Now with two support ultimates coming up on Finland's side, as well as the self-destruct, once again, there's so much area control that can come through from Finland, while on the other side, they also have the nano boost coming through, but no tank ultimate. It's going to have to be that Bob that makes up for basically the lost space that Vestola can take with that self-destruct.
They're using their rallies just to like engage there, and I don't know if that's, you know, the highest value, and it's not even enough to keep Lulzish alive. So still no primal rage, still no time. We're under 30 seconds. That's another huge pickup from Cloud. And yeah, Sweden are about to have full ultimates, but you've lost one of your biggest defensive ultimates. You have nearly every tool you want, but you don't really have time. 20 seconds here, it's gonna have to be an overtime push all the way through hangar phase. This might just be where Sweden dies in this match.
Yeah,
Sweden is going down.
Been getting them so much value because of how small the chokes are to get into the hangar.
Sweden,
and
oh my god! I mean, both teams have it bad for them. If one team doesn't win, they're gonna go 0-2.
Finally come out of Lulzish, and they're still contesting that card. But the fight is happening in the airplane hangar overhead. Sparkar finally getting the best of Cloud as well, without the Hanzo or the Dragon Strike to find any value for this squad. It's self-destruct. That's going to be the area control tool that they choose, but Kevster
nope,
now
it looks like they kept it in overtime.
And Sauna unable to escape Sparker's Bob. They're able to overtime push all the way to that second checkpoint and find themselves with another minute.
And that was the primal rage from Lulzish has just popped.
Why are there two teams who plus playing against each other? Every single team plays against each other.
To Kevster's pulse bomb,
it's not a single elimination.
And that was what finally tipped Sweden
it's
over
based
the edge
off
there. They
match
can still
score.
do
Whoever
this,
has like the most
same situation that they put Finland in, where they
wins
have
under the belt, advance to the next stage.
And not entirely full cap here, but to essentially full cap. If they do that, they win, and we go 1-1. But you know, we're on a razor's edge here. This could literally go either way. Skyle with the nano boost can make the difference. An early pickup from Kevster though was huge.
Yeah, to sleep on the high ground, they're going to be able to just keep Lulzish there for a second longer, but Sweden is still getting so much push and forward power from so far. But Mitchie with a huge anti-nade once again, Ana out of the back line, but Melon and Kevster are not going to let that one
How does OT spawning work? I swear it took me like 15 seconds to respawn at one time. Yeah, basically it. Your normal respawn time is 10 seconds. And overtime, I think it extends by 2, right? So I think it's 12.
Going, but they're only really just now getting that cart around the corner here, 20 seconds, and like I said, it's going to be an overtime push, and Finland has tools to stall this out. Sweden, like they have to find something. Like Lulzish has to go nutty with the primal here. They can't lose Spark or Sauna with the pulse bomb, thankfully, but Kevster needs to find some value with his.
Kevster looking for that stick on the pulse bomb and just trying to harass Vestola from contesting the checkpoint. There's the Dragon Strike.
Orange Dragon looks pretty cool.
To stop contest for a second and almost a kill there with the pulse bomb, but unfortunately Masa's going to be able to stay alive. Lulzish on the other hand looking pretty low, and it doesn't seem like Skyle's going to be able to get that health on, and with only Melon as the other support coming back on the Lucio, there's no way to push it any further. Sweden fall 2-0 to Finland.
That's bad, bro.
There were some signs of
I don't
life
think
there
they could win
Sweden,
their group stage now.